Hi guys, welcome back to my amazing podcast. This is my Super Story podcast and my name is Anissa. So today for this amazing episode, I have my fantastic friend and businessman here to join me for a wonderful conversation. This man needs no introduction and this is going to be such an impactful episode and we're going to have a fantastic conversation. So get your seats ready because I'm really ready to learn a lot today from my amazing friend. Ladies and gentlemen, the man himself, Keith Money. Hi, Keith.
I need introduction because people, I was soon blow this podcast will blow. I was soon blow, so introduce me properly so that I know that we're doing marketing 101.
Okay, the one, the only, the man of the hour, the man of the people. Ladies and gentlemen, all the way in Peru, all the way around Africa, I present to you the one and only Keith Mali. When I say Keith, you say Mali.
Mali.
Provide its introduction. What's that doing?
How are you? My pleasure.
How are you, Keith?
Thank you so much for inviting me.
Thank you.
And I was telling you earlier that I feel so honored simply because I know how big this would go.
Amen.
Podcast.
Yeah, amen.
Yeah, visionary woman. See you. Who designed this?
No, so I'm just stylist. Let's play it later.
It's crazy.
Thank you.
Class.
Good yourself as well. Mr. Fashionable, the most fashionable man in Abuja. Guys, we're shooting this episode in Keith's house because he did us the honor of having this in his home, in his comfortable space. So you should know that you should not expect anything less than intimacy, an intimate conversation, honesty, truthfulness, and so on. So Keith, thank you so much. I know this was really last minute, and I know you have a lot for us to share with people. And yeah, I just want us to get into the conversation. This is actually how we are, guys. It's always banter here and there, so you get used to it as you're going on. So Keith, man of the hour, should you say Abuja big boy?
Wait.
Should you say Abuja big boy?
You know, my house, so expect some of those. Not outside, but well, outside.
Yeah.
So expect some of those exclamation, outside exclamation.
Of course, yeah. The people are gonna get used to it. You know, this is the entire point of it, showing the northern creative, showing the northern culture, not necessarily limited to that aspect, but because hey guys, we're in Abuja. We expect the people mostly from here. So Keith, for the sake of the people that don't know who you are, introduce yourself. Tell us your name, you from just a little bit of your super story.
The story is still on the making. Becoming super.
Yes, no, superstar, of course not. Anybody on this scene who's hot season?
See, all right, good.
Yeah.
And I believe in this. On I'm Keith Mali Chun. 21, 31. I want to be 22. Like I wish I knew all the things I know now when I was 21. So I'm assuming that I'm 31. I'm the sixth child in a family of seven. Amazing, very amazing home, and my story is one of those stories that by social status or narrative, or by the societal or that status quo definition. My story is one of those stories that are irregular.
We'd like to hear it.
That irregular based on how the society is built.
Why do you think it's irregular?
Okay. As I mentioned, that I came from a family of faith, very form of faith. And he designed, I think one of the biggest things that my background has given me is faith. And everything that I think what the biggest religions in the world are tied around the Abrahamic faith. And I'm saying that everything that I've become today is not from what I was taught in the 4-wall class. Right? So that's why I said that my story is not the most perfect story.
Of course. It should
be true to itself.
It shouldn't be perfect. I don't think it's anything because the ending is where it's supposed to be perfect. Like, exactly. How do you now end it, whatever you have? So you said that it wasn't perfect. Why would you say that?
So I came from a family of 7. I'm the only one that it took me like 5-6 years before I got my secondary school certificate. Not because I don't know what I was doing, But I was pursuing something that family, I liked music really. As a pastor's kid, we were in the church, so I had access to music instruments. You can see piano in the house. So everything I knew was music, and school never made sense to me. I understood. So I understood common sense. I understood some certain things that even people that were in school in my demographic at that time were not assimilated. So I was like, so why do I need this thing that people are pursuing? Well, I had so much passion into music, pursue what I wanted to pursue in my early age. But then coming from a family that I have 5 elder ones, a younger sister my younger sister is an engineer.
Wow.
And I didn't go to university.
You didn't go to university?
Never been to university.
Wow.
There was a time that I had to tell them that I had to secure open university admission. Open university admission. Yes, open university. I had to secure open university admission so that I would let them know that I'm doing something serious with my life. I am doing something serious, but I have to give them results, right?
Yeah.
So it means exactly. So I had to tell them I've gotten admission, and so my story is from a family that almost perfect, I would like, and my journey was imperfection. So a lot of dragging from family, self-identity, friends, because friends, everyone went to university. So you have to find a definition of who you are. So that's...
I really like that because you know what? A lot of people can relate. School is really not for everybody, and we all know that. But then what people always were scared of, okay, if not school, then what? So you're literally a perfect, description because you have...
all of these stories.
Yeah, you have did it and you made something out of it. So there's somebody looking out there, not say, I don't say like, okay, completely like you were happy that you never went to school, or are you saying you have plans to go back to school? Are you just like, you know what? I've made something out for myself and that's good for me.
So it's a contentious thing. It's a thing of contention for me. I want to raise children who will think for themselves like I did for myself. And I didn't allow societal or family or stereotype to define my destiny. Right?
What was the plan your family had?
They wanted me to go to school and be like every other child in the family. That I have medical siblings who are into medical line, engineers, right? Academicians. And so the design is that every African family want their child to be in that part time. So for me, that was not my thing.
Wait, how was this? Because from what you were saying, was this like when you were, were you
from secondary school? From secondary school, from SS1, I knew that this thing was not my thing. I'm not lying.
Yeah.
I knew that this thing was not my thing, and I love music so much. I've been a lover of music. It gives me a meaning somehow. No matter how bad my situation is, whatever I'm going through in life, if I listen to music, it gives me this redefinition of that moment. So for me, music was everything.
When you say music, were you like singing?
I was singing, I was writing, I play instruments, I go to studio. I started bowling with some of the biggest musicians in jail, started coming to Abuja for shows. This was 20. So in 2008, also in SS2. So I was like, bro, this is what you have for life. So classes were irregular. I wasn't regularly going to.
You were very sure like you wanted to choose music.
No, music. I was just going to school because I need to, and I cannot tell my family anything else. Right, and my father, if you are under his roof, after God, it is him. That's his standard, and I'm grateful for that because honestly, if he had given me that leisure on deciding what I want to, as much as I did, but I had to show results. Right, I had to show results. So that tuned me, and I'm grateful for all that journey and where we have found ourselves today and where we are going to. It's a journey.
So now coming back, music. After secondary school, now you decided that okay, I'm going to chase music. Were you still in Jos?
Yes, I was in jails. I had this guy. His name is Seth. He was one of the biggest boys in Jersey music then. He has produced Rocket Man then. So he was a big show. And I was his studio boy. I wanted him to be my friend. All the time. I've been a passionate person. Whatever I'm pursuing, I go for it. So I was always in his place. My elder brother was into accessory maintenance, phone device and all that. And I was making little money from his workshop. And I was accumulating those many small to go to studio sessions with them. And my music started going out there because I featured in my first thing. He produced, and I featured. And then after September 2010, 2011, I did a song with my friend Chang, Justified. It was a big song. Big song. I think that was the year that Kevin Pound, the first guy that won Big Wheel.
Oh, yeah.
But the absent cast from Jaws.
Yeah.
So he had a show in Jaws. I was supposed to perform in that show. And but like, and I hate his way, so one round and so home. And to God's glory, I said the tune for that. I'm like, you have me access him to come into our kitchen. I saw was a really at that moment waiting this screaming. Justify.
I remember.
Hey, please.
You know, I told you what.
I don't sing it.
Yeah, just like talk about the chorus. Just sing it. Somebody's watching.
Hey, my voice is terrible.
You know, now that's why it's not on the show.
Let me have a sip of my tea first, right?
Singing chorus to us, cause like, oh, you know, I know now.
Everywhere you go, J-Town know this lie. Just put up your hands up, light up in the air. I'm justified. To be honest, I've not done this like a song in maybe 6 or 8 years. I'm justified. Hey. Don't be lie. Hey. I'm justified. Hey. I'm justified. So Kevin warned Big Brother Elijah, and he was like the justified guy. And my song was the anthem for his reign. So I was having access to shows, big shows, access I made a man. People. So in my own head, this is the part. Because my mate now, you are the ones cheering for me while I'm on stage, right? So confidence is social confidence was coming by.
And you started putting yourself out.
Yeah.
That was not how you got into Abuja.
So I was going back and forth about school with parents. Let me say this might be the first time that they would hear. And I was looking forward to this. I've written WAEC more than 6 times. 5-6 times. Not because I'm obviously. Yes. Yeah. I'm sorry. But then structurally, so not because I could not sit down, put myself together and prepare for WAEC, but honestly, those things were not making sense. We're not making sense to me, but I cannot afford to have my father have high blood pressure. So I had to look. I didn't allow them to be registering for me because I don't want to waste their money. I don't like courses, right? If I'm wasting their money, their prayers are good. They are good prayers. So I was like, okay, I was hustling for money. Register WAEC. Would not write for some of the papers because I have studio sessions.
You too.
Yes, but I did that. I knew I might not be faithful in going to school and writing WAEC and sitting and getting my result right. I was using my money so that I won't waste my parents' money. I won't have that yield. Right? Secondly, I had to do that and show them that I go register WAEC so that they will have peace of mind that this boy will not be saying you want to become useless. That wisdom, Yes. And some of the papers, maybe 4 papers might collide with some of my studio sessions.
Yeah.
And I would not go. So for those period of times, they were praying to God that this boy should have sense. And God should help him to gain admission. But honestly, there's no source of admission because I had no results. And I would tell them that, result, don't find no result. And I was buying time to build my own career. What I was doing. what I was doing was to buy time to build my own career. Secondly, not to give pressure, not to put pressure on them, and not for them to see me as a useless child. All my siblings are doing well, so I have no right to be a useless child. I was not smoking, drinking, not that I was going to jungle. No,
Yeah.
I knew my path and I was pursuing it, but I had to give them reason why they should not disturb me while I'm pursuing it.
I like that because, like, what is giving me the because I'm just thinking about that person that's watching and doing the same thing. The important thing is that you had to get that time. It wasn't like you woke up and how to follow music, you now disobey your parents, you now blah, 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 because you knew that, okay, I have to be, first of all, to follow anything, that you have to have discipline and respect. So I like the fact that there was that discipline and respect in the story because you knew that your interest was, like, yeah, I don't want you to waste your money. I'm going to use my own money. I'm not going to say I want to do that. So that was down like the entire evolution in music. So I'm hearing this story and I'm like, okay, how did the switch now happen? How did you go from like music to like what you're doing?
Right? You can't be doing music without doing any of that. There should be something substantial. Come to Abuja and live with me while you get used. And I moved to Abuja, 2013 with a job. And I was an office assistant in a branding company. They liked me in the company. And so I was making money to go to studio, making money to do PR for my music. But then I was not putting my best into the job. Though I did like me and I was growing, I grew from an office assistant to head of procurement department and stores.
Oh, wait.
I started working 2013 and then to 2015. So about you in that fast. I had people who were graduates, people who were with diploma, and PT laborers who were working and done just in the space of 1 year working. So I was making more money and started going to Lagos to produce it. I produced with chopsticks in 2015. Yeah. So I went to Lagos to produce with chopsticks. And at that moment, I feel like music was smart. 2015, Buhari came into government. Buhari came into government. Dynamics of business change, right? Every government has its part-time. And this company was not in existence anymore. And at that moment, music, I had no money to pursue my music, but I've taken myself to a level that I grew up like so. So music was not it anymore because I was not having money to put into music. I had no certificate to look for a proper job. That job was given to me based on grades. Yeah. Though I'm a smart kid, I was able to play my role right.
Yeah.
But then I didn't get the job because of certification. Back home, parents are really not, as much as money started coming in, my parents don't care about money. It's about values, discipline, principles, faith. My father, anything outside this thing does not make sense to him. So right now I have no job, I have no music. Relationship was with my friends was broken. Social status was not there because I had no music to live up to that. So I had to go back to jails. In 2015 November. Went back to jails.
And that must have been a hard time.
My father was a pastor in a church whereby there was no road network into the village that he was. The internet in the house was so poor that you had to hang the phone somewhere for a message to come in, right? It was that bad. My mom is in industrial farming. Apart from being a pastor's wife, she's in industrial farming. So she had people who were working for her. And you cannot be a son, you don't go to school now. That's they go farm. Don't you papa? My mama would be like, you cannot be late son in my house. She know I'm just it was a tough.
This was you going from stage presence, shutting down, going back to sea.
And I've been to Transcorp Sheraton to perform myself then. So as a typical Joe's boy, that was a growth, a good.
Yeah.
And then back to Jersey, but I have to go to farm every day from Monday to Saturday. Sunday I will go to, from Sunday to Friday. Saturday I will go to Tamimas, the market, the just main market, to shop for Gonjo. You know what they call Gonjo? Okay.
Yeah,
Fit. Right. I have to go get nice jeans for guys. Come on, that money comes from my mom. And I will go and buy, come and sell for the boys in the village. And every week she gives me 1,000. This is someone who was having 100,000 phone bread on. Yeah. So it was a tough moment, but I yielded into that reality because at that moment I needed to know who I am.
Yeah.
So I was willing to accept everything. I told God, I said, okay, I'm accepting every fault. We about made mistake. But who I am, what do you want from me? Genuinely, I don't want to go to school, or really. But then what is it for me? So that was a spiritual moment for me. A moment of fervent seeking, what God is saying, honestly. Moving since I knew of Bitcoin.
Yeah, because I was going to step into that.
Yes, I knew of Bitcoin. So I knew of Bitcoin. So that's this is the switch.
Yeah.
I knew of Bitcoin in 2015 while I was still working. I was in Abuja. So Kelvin Power wrote me. That's loud that message. 2015. It's WhatsApp still. We call back your messages. He said, Keith, we're having an event on January 2nd. I think that was that day. Do you mind sending me some money and I will send some Bitcoin to you? But I've heard of Bitcoin here and there. I didn't know what it was. So he gave us this amount of money and then I will send Bitcoin to you. That was when Bitcoin was immediate. Yeah. No, immediate for me.
Okay.
I've heard it here and there, but I didn't know what it was, so it didn't matter. But that was the first time I was like, okay, someone is mentioning this question. But I told him no. I said, nah. But I sent him something. I said, Dash.
Still.
Who wants your Bitcoin?
Because you didn't even know what it was.
It makes sense now. It makes sense. So so that year, that was it. That passed. Early that year. So that passed. Ending of that year, when I lost my job, that was 2015. So in November, so I was back to Joe. I was desperate, looking for what to do. Everything that I could lay my hand that is legitimate, I had to. So I was just thinking, but then I knew that I was conversant with the internet. So what is the world talking about the advancement of the technology and the evolvement of human being when it comes to businesses? What can I do with the internet? So Bitcoin was regularly coming to my side. Started contacting people. So what I started doing was, since I had a large network because of my music there, I had a large network of friends and on social media. So I started reaching out to those ones that I knew that they were into cryptocurrency and Bitcoin. So someone was telling me, open this wallet. I went into a lot of things that didn't make sense, honestly, there. And I stopped because there was no yield over years, over months, over period. So into 2016, then I was getting frustrated about life and all that. I was telling God, help me. I have confused at this point.
Me, honestly. What?
Like, God, help me. I'm confused at this moment. And I don't want to go to school, honestly. And still at that moment. So in between that time, I read for YA and I sat for YA and I got it. Yeah.
The first time you sat.
So God needed me to be disciplined at some point. As much as you want to pursue that thing that you are looking for, He wanted me to be. Yes. So I got the YA. I sat down. I went to Kaduna, sat down for YA 2016 in between, and I got YA. Went back to jails. See, going to farm, sitting my picker and all that. And then at some point, my cousin brother said he's going to get married. So why? You don't get money. Me, say, because we are just like a year gap between, we're close friends. There. He said that he's going to get married. Ended up this year. Like, see? So was that get out of but you're unable to get married because you have no money. He said that, he don't start Bitcoin. I know the thing will pay off. We'll go make money. And that stopped. I stopped. Second time, I went back home. So Dad was sleeping. So I lost my phone. In 2016 now, that let me tell you, 2016 I was using Afen. Okay. And that was the most relevant from then. That was the so it means that was how good I was doing going back to the village. I went back to the village after the for charging the students. So life humbled me. All that I was bragging, the social relevance, the money, the world was taken off. So God needed me to trust Him. So when after the conversation with my cousin brother, I took my dad's phone. What something did come was cryptocurrencies. Started making sense. I don't know. Started making sense. So much sense. So I study. So go on to anyone that I see name Bitcoin, they crypto, they Ethereum, they I go follow up. Like let me just know what they do. Let me just learn. I never liked Forex. I never liked, so I didn't do anything Forex in my life. So I started following, but I follow internationals. I'm not that Nigerians and internet thing.
Yeah.
It's now that we know.
It's now as of then.
Who is bad, but then we're just scared. So anyone that is from the West or from wherever, I was just calling them to learn what they were talking about because I knew that this is a foreign technology. And subsequently started building friendship among people who were doing this thing. Now, whatever I learn online, I complete. Subscribe on my status, my Facebook.
I see through.
More.
You know what?
See, let me tell you. At some point, if they are having a conversation on Twitter, argument, I know Sabiamu. I'll go to Google or read about it, browse it, get points, common comments.
Hey,
And at that moment, it has talk.
you really wanted to be part of that conversation, yeah?
I love the idea. I love the fact that it's a decentralized technology that's giving people life. Me, where I don't like go school, so it means I get life outside the system. That was what it meant to be.
Like the system.
So there were puzzles in my life that were not fixed. Coming to that realization, those puzzles were fixed. So I was energetic, I was reading, I was obsessed.
We in Jos.
I was in Jos, in the village. So I'll go to far, come back in the night and go and do my crypto reading. I had no money to trade. Wow. The first time I said I buy Bitcoin, I gather money. 10,000. I don't give one board or Lagos. Singing on this. Look, I cried.
He blocked you. So your first time buying Bitcoin?
Yes, the first time I tried buying Bitcoin.
Hey, you gave that guy Christmas, so
10,000.
you blocked. Hey, as of then, yeah.
No, it was no, me, I was dealing with at least $500,000 down.
Even at that time.
Before then, right? So going back to village, I was dealing in 1,100. So that 10,000.
Yes, no. You gave.
Do you know how many months it took me to gather that?
Yes.
My ex-girlfriend, I had one girlfriend. Yeah. No, I had a girlfriend. She came and she knew what I was going through. So I disappeared from social media and everywhere else. And she was one of the fewest people that, if not the only person, that knew the reality of my barber then, because I was willing to learn barbing. When I lost the job in Abuja, I was willing to learn barber. Yes.
Yeah. Wow.
So, yeah. So I was willing to. So my barber knew what happened and he knew what I was going through. The girlfriend didn't know. I stopped talking to her. She didn't just hear about me. I stopped talking up. It's not her fault.
Yeah.
At that moment, I just needed to figure out myself. And so over time, when I went back to village and I told her what happened, she came out to get it. So at the morning, reached Jimmy.
Wow, you see? When they're telling guys that when the woman likes, it's not about your
at the morning, she gives me, and the one key way mom see they give me where they gather around, right? It's worth
the money.
what I gathered for what that was my first investment in crypto, and the guy.
Shout out to that girlfriend I paid.
And the guy jackpot with the money. It blocked me. It broke my heart.
The guy you don't even know. Yeah,
It broke my heart. I don't know when I cried. But it broke my heart. But one thing I learned is that it means that now person run with my money, not be say Bitcoin, Shelby. So I had to learn what is the best way to now not get scammed. What's the best way not to get scammed in this thing?
This particular thing. Wisdom.
So I had to say, so I was like, okay, what's the best way not to get scammed, right?
Yeah.
So I had to start learning, setting up my wallet by myself. How can I do KYC verification and get my things done? And that was how my journey began. Now,
That was
ending 2016, let me give you this story. Bitcoin started pumping. People who know cryptocurrency, go and check your historical data. Bitcoin started pumping into 2017. And I remember I told you that I was always writing about things that I was learning, giving a summary of it.
Look at comment.
Yes. So people knew that, okay, Keith is into this thing. The people didn't understand what it was, but people were paying attention. If you're buying Bitcoin with 100,000, I was having like 5,000, 200,000, 10,000. And I was having a lot. I was swift with my transaction. I was making sure that I was satisfying people who were coming. So I was recommended. So I was having numbers per day. 2017, where Bitcoin, there's something we call bull run. It's a season whereby the prices of a stock on asset skyrockets in value. So 2017, I was a millionaire.
Oh, from one day.
It's running. I made like 2-3 million. Confidence don't change now.
That's it.
So now, at that moment, results defines acceptability. Forget it, no matter how good your intentions are.
It's not showing. Like I feel 100.
So I started getting results. And in 2017, I had some of my parents, I want to go back to school. Now I've acquired certificate, right? I'm white already. When my friends all finish NYC. No, my mates finished NYC by 2015. So I told them that for Abuja, the Open University, they give me admission. And go to university, but I needed to be somewhere that.
Anyway, because they
yes.
wouldn't have.
Yes, so this is my story. Yes, I told them that, okay, fine. I shared admission later in family, articles later in family group. What's up? Is there a congrats? I'll begin. And I go,
It was that being.
I did my reservations and I never went till today. Yeah, I never went till today. And then I told my family I have to defer. Now, I started yielding results, so I started telling them I was making this amount of money, right? I was making, but not. I can't tell them the amount I was making
Because they
will be scared. They will be scared, and I was protecting their interest too. I didn't want them to start thinking I'm not doing anything bad. Right. But the result was not logical based on their pattern of the societal pattern of thinking.
Because they're in the system.
So, came to Abuja 2018, place in Gwaringa.
You went to that place.
That was my own place. Then I was staying with my sister. Now this is my own place.
Great.
Yeah. So, in 2018, I got my first job. Someone that has been seeing my consistency, what I've been writing, they said, Chief, I'm building a Web3 data platform that people will come out with from projects and founders. And it seems you have so much knowledge about this. I said, yes, so much. I don't know nothing. But I know, but I don't know in a profiled form, I don't know. When I started reading, and I started my job, and they liked me because I was working. I was doing too much. I know the American, so it's a company called Fumo Bonds. Right now they are very big. They are Nifty Finance in the US. We get it up right. So I was one of their first staff when they started. I said, so I did things where I was supposed to do for 4 hours. I go do 12 hours, give them results. Nigerian boy, they do time. American people, I work for 3 hours. We can go rest. Me, now the idea is that they will pay me. Give me $500 per month, 180 then per exchange rate. And then this is something that I love doing.
Yeah.
So imagine you are paying me for something that I love to do. Exactly. So the excitement.
That's why you didn't see the hours.
You don't consign, and honestly, and ending 2018, they went for a party. That's my boss. He went to the party, and then someone told me, your growth rate has been insane. And then this someone is an owner of an exchange called XZ Exchange. And my boss was there, this Nigerian bro, the man won't look for me. And I told him, whatever this guy was paying, you will pay.
That is common.
So I moved from XZ Exchange.
Oh, but you left them.
So now this is it. You know, we are, as a Nigerian, you are being profiled by these Westerners as someone they could just treat you anyhow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sad that our country PR is very poor. There are corruption everywhere. There are bad people everywhere. There are good people everywhere. Well, our PR is very poor in this country.
Yeah.
So that's on us too.
Yeah.
So these people outside Nigeria or out there sees us as everyone from here. So they didn't give me a contract by working for them. I asked more than 3 times. So when this guy came, it means that I don't have no obligation. So I moved to Big Z Exchange. 2019, my salary was Big Z Exchange were giving me money for operations. And I hired people. I hired someone from Chelsea, Christine, which is still with me.
Oh.
Yes. Which is still with me. I had Christine. In between 2018, 2019, since I understood the technology beyond just making money in theoretical form, I have an understanding there.
But you know that's like a short time. So that just really
the information that I was absorbing was insane. And I was obsessed with it. So I was learning on the group. So I was like, okay, I wouldn't just work or try to trade in this industry or work for a company alone. Let me understand the technology and build my company around this technology. That was when our first company came, called Switch. Switch. Yes. So Switch is our first company. Our idea is if cryptocurrency is giving people the power to live in a decentralized form in payments in different aspects. How about social media? How about payments and social media and e-commerce on one app? That was the idea about first company. Wow. So while I was working for Big Z Exchange, I was creating my company and I was making money. So my salary in Big Z Exchange can help me hire few staff to work for them. I was not working for them directly, but I was doing their job by proxy. And I was building my company. I had a co-founder, G. Yeah, she co-founder. So I was making money. Company was growing. Big work was growing. And I was a top tier guy in Web3 in that then, and the community. So a company came up, a new blockchain company came up from the US, from New York. Their name is Avalanche. They were looking for people, KOLs from Africa. And they said, Chief, I was recommended. Chief is a top tier. Salary was big. So it was big. Time is of that word. And I was making enough money to inject into my company. My company was growing. And I was making enough money to hire more people to work for Avalanche, the hired me. So I was doing their job by year and out. So
you're doing the job through a third person.
Yes.
That's such an entrepreneur.
Yes. So 2020, I was getting quite stable. My family were getting quite stable. I had to come now. Family now. I don't tell them, say, I don't do school again. No.
You need to have that confidence and say, I'm doing.
Yes. So I went back to family. I said, I've been doing this. This has been. So one of them, I had to put him in the loops of what I've been doing. So that you see, this guy won't just come with a lot of money from nowhere. We can give definition. Yeah. When I was making, for example, $500,000, I told my family that I was making, I think, 80,000. Now, that 80,000, part of it, 40% to 60 goes to family.
Yeah.
That I was telling them. So I was sending family roughly 50K. Right? I was building my company, and I was working for these people. And I had people who were doing the work diligently. So I was at peace with family. I was delivering
Wow.
Yes, and then I was serving. It was a crazy journey, but that's how the growth went. So I started working for Avalanche, big pay. I employed more hands, and I met someone in our community. His name is El Jabam. I have to give him this respect.
Yeah.
He met me. He saw my consistency. He's from Saudi and from Dubai. He said, from Saudi and Egypt. He based in Dubai. He said, Keith, I'm going to support people who don't believe in Nigerians. Wow. He said, I saw people calling you Black Monkey. Someone called me Black Monkey when we were building this company publicly. And he said, I felt bad, so I'm willing to support you. But you have to prove yourself. We launched this company to go public. And it was not the best thing that happened to us. But at that moment, we made a lot of money that way. We were able to put higher hands, and we did.
And this is like 2 years after you just found out about Bitcoin.
We did good, yes. In 2021, we gave birth to Afen. I gave birth to Afen. I hired Eli. I said, I made this friend of mine who was a staff of Union Bank. She was, I think, assistant manager level. She said, Keith, I want to move into tech. I said, okay. She wanted me to hire her in Switch. I said, we're not going to hire her because Switch cannot pay the money has. I said, okay, we can pay, but we're not willing to have it. And I said, well, I'm working on a new idea. The following day, I told her the idea. The following day, she came with the idea of Switch. And I said, come, let's go Afen. And we started working.
Okay, so you actually had what you were working on. She came.
Yes, she and then she became the CEO. Whoa. So we co-founded the company. It's been a crazy.
Somebody that was working in the back.
Yeah.
No.
So it's been a crazy journey of transition. Well, first of all, it's a journey of faith. A faith to where I had no idea it was heading to. But I stayed consistent, and I didn't deprive myself the place to be disciplined when I needed to be, especially when things went down. And I will say this to a lot of people out there that a lot of young people want to be successful, which is beautiful. But there's a place of discipline that you have to succumb to and accepting a reality. It's in the acceptance that you would be able to have a true definition of who you are. Human being, we are not just an immortal being. We have spirit in us.
Yeah.
And if you cannot be able to connect with the divine, like God, the spirit, to connect you to what you are designed to do, you waste your life. You see people with high level of intelligence, high academic achievement and accomplishment, but no result, not because they can't, but they are following a pattern that
How do you think someone can connect to this? Somebody's watching and really relate to what you're saying.
Yes, but they don't know
How do you connect to this?
I'm a science guy, but I don't believe in some of the scientific definition of our divine world.
Yeah.
And one of it is that I believe in a divine being. I believe in a divine being. I believe that something must have happened to bring the existence of this world. So if it is so, it means that this world is being orchestrated and designed by someone's pattern. And if someone designed the pattern of this world, it literally means that you have to know who the person is, right? And ask, hey, what is this thing that you designed? So if you designed it, let me pick this. Or let me pick my phone. If you give an ancient man this device that has never seen this device, if the ancient man, because at night he won't see anything. If at day he puts the reflection on sun, and if he sees himself, he would assume that's the use of that device. It's going to be as good as his looks to him. He wouldn't know that he has to put a scene or internet or download app or email to get all these things. He wouldn't know. So it means that if this life is designed by someone, you need to be and say, who is this person? That's the place of questioning. If you don't question things, you would end up being lost, because most times information that we're being given are not true.
Yeah.
Every aspect of life, there are people who want to determine what happened. So it means that they might determine to give us information that might be true.
Yeah.
So the information that you can do is a stream, and you are a spiritual being. Connect to you. What are you saying? I've seen people who say that God does not exist, so they're angry with God. That's fine. But do you know what I'll tell them? I will tell them that God exists because I have an experience. So look for your own experience and you will find it. And I promise you have an open heart. No matter how, you know, one thing with spiritual faith, one thing with spiritual faith is not about what you have been told. It's about experience. Spirituality is not about what you have been told. Having an open mind to listen, then judge it, ask questions. But when your mind is shallow, you will be lost totally. So for me, I was able to say, good, okay, have fun. This do the work, music do work, and I make money. How many days? God, see, one day I went to my brother's phone. I don't know why I did that. And I saw my father, one of my siblings, they sent a broadcast message. They should pray for kids. What didn't do me? They should pray for kids.
Because they were disturbed.
Me, I felt in my own wisdom that I was doing what was right for me.
Yeah.
And I was pursuing it with all diligence. But in their own form, they assume I was doing something contrary to the in my house. If you do something more, you bring back, you tell about Nigerian constitution, societal values. You're doing the standard of this house. So if you fuck up by religion, if you fuck up by government, in this house there's a standard. So you have to. So for me, at that moment, that was a quest. I was genuinely pursuing something that I know. For them, they felt that was not the partner and they can't work. So it means that I had to be in a place of connection with my divine being, right, and God, to be able to say, Keith, are you in the right day? Sometimes I ask myself questions, and I would say, are you doing the assembly? I look at myself, are you doing the right? Say,
Now
now
doubting yourself.
Now, the difference is that I didn't give in. If I given in, this story wouldn't have been met today.
Because that's what you were saying about spirituality and experience. Because people will think, oh, their lowest low is the worst time. Like, it doesn't get better. They just give, like, making hundreds of thousands in Abuja. So literally going back to just, I'm not just like anywhere, like going back to like your big,
very, very, very.
And you farmer or whatever.
Yes.
So now you're just still about that laughing. And the person that is looking, that's going to watch this is probably in that just era. And then you are doing this now, you involved your life. Would you say that experience was worth it?
I want to go through it if it come again.
That's how deep.
I want to go through it. Big success it does not come from convenience. Read about anyone in the world that has achieved something. We are not there yet, but we'll get there. So if we are setting ourselves for success, we have to set ourselves and accept inconvenience. Now, in the place of inconvenience, you would now say, what is happening? That's when we find results. Results does not come from a place of no solution. With no problem, the solution will come and the results will come.
Yeah.
So if you are expecting life to be luxury, of all form of luxury and comfort and all vibes and inshallah, it's beautiful, right? But you live a very regular life. And some people are comfortable with that. I'm grateful for what God has taken me, but I want to add value to what He has done. Add value in people's life. So it means that I have to work. It has to multiply. And it has to, and it's just about me.
Yeah.
Right? If it's about me, if I can be able to provide food, wear nice clothes, right? I'm good. But it means that people around you have to be impacted by that thing in your life, which means that you keep seeking and you keep working hard. And if you're working hard, don't look for convenience. Convenience is
because people are seeing all this. Because now, look at you now, fast forward. Like, you look very good, you know, you did well, you done good things, you live in a nice house, you like literally very good right now. And you have 2 companies now.
God has blessed us with number.
You see? So it keeps expanding, it keeps getting good, it just keeps getting better. And you obviously have opened up your situation with bad things can happen. And I want you to touch on bad things because you've said a lot about the good stuff. And then now is there any like part of you that like say that expect the good stuff, but what should you do when bad things come? Because sometimes bad things, they don't announce they are right now. At least good thing you even announce when it's coming. You start looking where you can buy events and hey, keep upgrading. But bad thing doesn't announce. So what would you say? Okay, since then it has completely been smooth your entire career, or like how have you been? How have you been keeping this?
I'm still struggling to make a successful career.
Okay.
So, which means that there are a lot of struggles, a lot of hurdles along the way. Especially for an African founder and the tech space. First of all, there's a general stereotype that Nigerians are Yahoo boys, scammers. So you have.
Get that a lot.
So when we were launching Switch, my KOL, my boss, people came to him and said, like, you are supporting scammers, you are supporting Nigeria, you are supporting. Someone called me Black Monkey at all. And that was a project we were supposed to raise like $1 million. But he's used to raising a lot of money. So when he came, he said, well, we're building. He said, now you guys will do amazing. So but let's start with this. We didn't raise on him, but we didn't raise 20%. Not because we didn't do enough like our counterparts in the West. We did maybe times 10 of what they do, but we achieved 80% less than what they would have achieved. Not because we didn't do, but because of the stereotype of where you come. So there's a challenge of demography. There's a challenge of generalization, right? From where you come from. Your skin will speak a lot against you. Not because you are no good, not because you are not able, but you have to fight extra to be able to fit it.
Yeah.
Or thank God for the power in decentralized. What we are able to achieve is not because we are smarter than other people, it's because we understood what decentralized technology is doing, and we believe in it, and we went in it. So we optimize the power that it's being given, and that is one of the results that we are seeing today. But when it comes to challenges, I will literally tell you that I've seen more challenges now than then.
Hey, more money, more problems.
I've seen more challenges now than then. I've seen responsibility. And if you want to be able to be successful, you have to be open to responsibilities. If you shy away from responsibilities, sometimes you don't have to do much more than you are expected to do as a leader. Right? So it's crazy. It's a crazy journey. It's a tough phase. But all these are years of building, years of curating our story, right? We can't feel comfortable that we've made it. We've not made. We are still in this journey. We don't even know where we are going to. We know that we're going to greatness because of God. But if we believe in God, it means that there's always a way forward and then a higher growth out there to achieve.
Like what I also ask is that, do you think you have gotten to that level of your life, like anyway?
Yeah. So, the first thing I said to this program, this conversation is that most of us here, most of the people that will be listening to this podcast, we are of the Abrahamic faith. And the Abrahamic journey is not a journey of certainty. It's a journey of faith. But who do you believe in? If you believe in goodness, that means your pattern is going to be, your journey is going to be patterned by whoever that leads you in that path of goodness. It doesn't mean that there are not going to be challenges. So I'm open to transition. I'm actually diverse, not just in tech. I'm applying my tech into different things. I'm applying my tech knowledge into different things, not just tech, a decentralized technology, because it's going to be integrated in almost all aspects of life, from finance, social media, communication, and so many things. So if it is so, how can I be able to use this knowledge about this technology and apply it in different fields? And that's what I'll be.
So that's how you know that it has to keep going.
So it has to keep coming. So all I knew was music. I told you.
Yeah.
And I don't talk about music.
Justify.
So
And look at the amazing transition. It's okay. We're almost coming to the end of this episode, and I'm enjoying myself so much because I'm hearing all this and I'm like, yo. But this is like, I knew this was going to be an intimate conversation. Like I said, like I knew we were going to hear a lot of big words of wisdoms, like but a lot of spiritual conversations. Because this is really the super story. Because the word super is not that, oh, you had it perfect. There's nothing super about
The uniqueness of every story.
That's exactly the point. Like, you're just not a regular person, but you have what you have achieved, what you're able to do with your life, even if it's like, no matter the kind of standard, you have shared on something with it. Oh my God, kid, I'm really enjoying this conversation so much. Like, I'm so inspired by a lot of things that you've said, because you know that a lot of people listen to this or learn from this and really won't know anything. So I'm really happy and I'm grateful that you've shared this really personal story. So now that we've heard a little bit about the past, what's happening? What's the future? Like, Keith, what do you have coming up? Yes, now you have to feel the future.
The future is now.
That is the future. We go.
No, yeah. So and I think most of my conversations or my narrative have been around God, and if it is so, it means that I'm trusting Him for the future, and I would bring it in this context that if I'm created by God in His image and in His likeness, I have the ability to create too. So the future, a lot of creation. We're going to be a lot of things that have given us the capacity, understanding. And then there's a lot of needs. There's a lot of needs in Africa that technology would change. One of the things that I always say, and people who follow me on Twitter, I do say is that technology is going to be the biggest bet. It's going to be the biggest bet. This is going to be the best bet for Africa, the biggest best bet for Africa, because the corruption, the political narrative around Africa has been around personal sentiment, religion, and a lot of things that might not be fitting into everyone's narrative. It could be about tribe, it could be about anything. And we're not saying whether it's good or bad. We're saying that technology has the power to change Africa.
Yeah.
And if it does, it means that we must make use of it.
So you agree that the future is tech?
Yes, the future is tech. And that's why we're positioning. We're positioning in every industry.
So you're initially part of those people that are just like, this is what you want to do. And
this is what I want to do, and I want to add value to my. It's just about making money is not everything. Because you can never be satisfied by amount of money.
Yeah.
I'm still making it, and it doesn't make sense at some point.
Yeah.
Right? So but then it's no value, but then we are looking at how can you be able to use this skill, this understanding, and the power of creation to help.
Yes.
Racism has played its role. Slavery has played its role. But as I said earlier, our weaknesses are supposed to determine how our future would be. So if this was, or these were our weaknesses, how can we be able to do something better with our understanding? If I was being harmed, if I was being hurt in the future, how can I be able to use my strength to redetermine and to tune my future, right? And the technology has given us that power. Someone in New York and someone in my village can be able to do literally the same thing. Literally get the same result. And that's what we're standing on, right? So the future is very bright for Africans with this technology.
So are you advocating for us? I am. Do you think that this thing about like technology and the future should literally be like, they should find a course and put it inside primary school?
So let me. I will show you some of the documentary. Got it. I have technological centers.
Yeah. Whoa.
Yes, I do. I have friends, as I mentioned. I mentioned some of the people.
Where are technological centers? So that
for example, we did a 50 computer laboratory center in Jews. My ex-secondary school. We provided internet for 2 years, subscription, and provided line. And how did I do this? I have a lot of wish. I tell them, I want to impact my society. How do we do? How can you come in? And people provide resources, and we build that. We have a Yale Child Education Program, which we're training people in technology. We believe I cannot be able to clap you for myself that this thing has changed my life, and I'm not replicating it.
Yeah.
So for me, it's a big deal. It's not just about me. It's about how can we be able to replicate this thing that is working for other people into our lives. Does that make sense?
They make much sense, because like this literally it impacts to other people, because these are the people that will 30 years from now will be saying, you will even pass, they'll be tapping you like, I benefited from this program. You're like, I don't even know.
I don't even care. Yeah. The most important thing is building results.
Yeah.
Right? And that's the reason I don't front my businesses.
Yeah.
I allow it to grow organically. Do I support it from background? I do whatever I have to do. Well, I want to have a clearer vision of what we're doing, that we're doing something right and it must be done well.
Yeah.
That whether we PR ourselves or not, results are speaking for themselves.
Yeah. That's literally it. I really like that, Kip. And literally like super good luck to like everything you do with the future. I know you used to mystery research question because I think tell us what.
Well, but I've been shown.
You only mentioned.
I said I'll.
Then
Okay, I help tech companies raise funds in Africa through Web3, right? I facilitate for partnership around Web3 companies in Africa. I consult for institutions. I was part of a committee who talk about localization of Bitcoin and blockchain technology. So we've done things here and there. So
please, you're allowed to actually blow your trumpet because I'm saying it's not right.
Is it Trump? It's a process. It's a journey. It's a process. There are moments of feeling good, but we've built values that we tap ourselves and stop feeling good. Walk, because the journey ahead is very far. If we have same opportunities with the people in the West right now, it means that we cannot do this. We are not competing, but we have to leave our place.
Because you know that we have it. Because they put in the work.
100.
We are in Nigeria. It's about 6 or 7 this year.
It's time that we have to start thinking, how can we give back instead of thinking Nigeria is not work. See, when will it work? That's the question we have to ask ourselves.
And then just so effortlessly channel.
We are. So this technology is an enabling technology. And if you can be able to maximize it, I think there's nothing that you cannot achieve.
I love that. Thank you so much. And I have 2 questions for both please. I saw something around your house that has wrap, right? And you tell me what wrap is all about. What is that? I know you don't want to leave it to us. I know you're very protective about the story. I do know. But it's literally like...
So I belong to this society of fashion lovers.
You are still in fashion again this month.
I did fashion cover. So let me go spiritual. You said that I've been spiritual.
Yeah.
Who is the first person that designed fashion?
God.
So we have to replicate his standards. So don't mind me. Don't mind me. But honestly, fashion is dynamic. It will live forever. So how can we be able to play a role? And I'm playing a role in it, bringing technology into fashion. So we're doing digital, not just me, quite a number of people. So you're going to see this, you're going to hear about it over years. We've been working on Rag for February. We have a team of 12 from February 2022. So it's an intentional brand we're building. I am not just alone. We have a network.
Yeah.
Asia, America, and all that. We're going to be watch out.
Yeah. That's it. And then I wanted you to drop the tea here, guys. You heard it on my Story podcast first. And we're rooting for you, Kid. And once again, thank you so much for sharing this amazing story with us. And you know that I won't let you go without you giving the 2 final words. The first one is, like I tried mentioning to you earlier, a person that's watching, literally, I don't say close the line, but that thing that you are pushing ahead. So
I think we don't live in a life of convenience. We live in a world that there's so much depression today, and most of these depression are tied to a direct reflection of our daily lives. The moment that you realize that we are not living in the world of convenience, then you must fit into a narrative of, then what can I do to live out of depression? And the only way you can live out of depression is understanding. The moment you understand who you are, then you can be able to ask, if this is who I am, what am I supposed to do? That in every situation of my life, there's a purpose. Without purpose, there's depression. Because everything seems not to be working. Why? Because you don't know. But the moment you understand your purpose, you understand. I mean, it's not easy. That's the convenience. People want convenience. See, this life is a life of process a life of experience is not whatever you're going through today is it's an experience. So if you realize, then you have to understand, how can I play this experience right? So things might not be so fine, things might not be so fitting, you might be mocked, you might be laughed at. There are days of argument, family might not believe in a lot of things you do. The most important thing is, who am I? Right? And what am I supposed to be in a time like this? Ask questions, you will find answers. The world is divine. I mentioned earlier, I said, life is spiritual. Whatever happens in the physical world happens in the spiritual. So go back and ask questions. And ask yourself questions, and divine being, you'll be revealed on what to do. Life is not a life for convenience. Yeah. Let me say that again. Yeah. So things will not be easy. But if you want to break out, you have to do the work, you have to do the belief, you have to build stamina, you have to accept realities.
Without even knowing how it works, but just having that
faith that
something will
okay,
last.
Okay, I might not know what it is, but something will come out. So the belief system is very important. Put it into work and work.
Okay. Final question. I need an obvious question. Would you say you're proud of?
Yes, I'm proud of myself. Because I'm not living, let me not sound so prideful, in as much as I'm grateful. Mm-hmm. Because I'm proud of myself because I'm not living a random life.
Give yourself the flowers.
Yes, I'm not living a random life, though it might be a very difficult thing people might not believe in. Your community, the family might know. But then if you understand what you're doing, there are errors here and there are mistakes here and there. But the most important thing is, I know what I'm doing, and I'm in the right path. No return.
So now, Keith, like, if you're being asked to, after this podcast or the edit of this podcast, to introduce yourself.
I'm Keith. Honestly, that's one of the hardest things to do. I'm Keith. I'm a tech entrepreneur. I'm a serial entrepreneur. I love God so. I want to live a life of excellence to replicate it in other people's life.
There you have it, guys. You've heard from Keith himself, Keith Mani, amazing tech entrepreneur and businessman. Thank you so much for giving us this opportunity to listen to your amazing super story. You definitely will get better from here. We're definitely rooting for you. Good luck in everything that you're doing. Remember also.
Shati, you see, this podcast will blow me. This podcast will.
Thank you so much. And then if, obviously, guys, if you have any questions, any comment or whatever, you could drop it down on our YouTube in the comment section. Keith has been amazing. This has been an amazing episode. Once again, for the honor time, thank you so much.
Please, you.
For coming, Keith. We are excited. We can't see what the future waits for you. And you guys can go ahead and farm. So if you see Keith on, you're like, oh, yes, I watched the episode. So please, guys, show the love, show the support. You've listened to all his businesses. Go and support. If you don't support, life will still move on here. So the tech is the future. So you definitely have to follow Uno Road. Thank you so much, Keith. And this is the end of my Super Story podcast, guys. You just saw that it keeps getting better from here. Thanks so much, YG. And look at that, guys. I'm supposed to give him like a super nice high five. I know this guy. She knows me. But yeah, guys, thank you so much, Keith. Guys, and that's the end of this amazing episode. I can't wait to see you again next time when we have a special guest. Bye.